Facebook is also a decent one to keep an eye on. I like the fact that we just broke out of this resistance. Okay, this is a very huge gap. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. This is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show, guys. This is another weekend to talk about chart, popular chart demand, from the requests that I have got and the ones that I'm currently watching as well in terms of small cap, mid cap, and large cap stocks. With that being said, guys, you're welcome. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. And hopefully I bring you decent content today, and in comparison to what happened last week with our stocks. So I would say you are very welcome. What I have here today is going to be the weekend popular chart demand, and I will run through them really fast. And if you have any questions, concern, you can email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. And as well, you can follow me on Twitter and on StockTweet. With that being said, I will be talking about what is going on with the futures market right now. With the futures market, what we did pull back down towards this support. So if now this 4,387 doesn't hold, then we'll pull down to this next support, which is 4,381. Correct? So with that being said, I'm looking for a bounce right off this area, because this is the trend towards the highs, which is going to be 4,400. But keep an eye on this one. We're really extended, but at the same time, if we can break through this area 43.97, we should be all right. We're gonna be all right. Well, anyways, we have earnings report coming up, guys, and one thing you have to understand, this is from Earnings Whispers. If you don't know about them, this is their Twitter handle. You can follow them and get more details as per which company is reporting the next week or that day or the following day, and so on and so forth. Well, with that being said, guys, we have good stocks, excellent stocks, large cap, mid cap stocks reporting. Okay, this week coming, we have on Monday after the close, we have Tesla, the ultimate Tesla, guys. We have Tesla reporting after hours. We have UPS on Tuesday. We have Apple after the close on Tuesday. We have AMD. We have Starbucks as well. Starbucks, I will be dealing with some options, calendars, just be dealing with the calendar or so on options. Shopify as well, Boeing on Wednesday. Facebook is after the close on Wednesday, as well as Qualcomm and PayPal, McDonald's as well. Okay, man, you need to get your tendies, bro. Spotify is also reporting as well on Wednesday. Then on Thursday we have Pinterest and Amazon, Mr. Jeff Bezos. AstraZeneca as well is also reporting. Valero is also reporting. Brand is also reporting. T-Mobile is also reporting. Gilead as well is reporting on Thursday. And then follow up with on Friday we have Caterpillar, Exxon, Procter & Gamble, Abivi, Chevron. They are all reporting on Friday. With that being said, guys, Tesla will be a really good stock to keep an eye on after the close. There's gonna be a lot of short sellers hammering this company. If Tesla do good, I expect a pop and then a fade to cover that pop, then continuation higher. Also on Wednesday, guys, I also have Teleri as well. Telluride, this one I normally don't hold my options or my shares over earnings, but for Telluride is a long term. It's in my long term portfolio, so I'm not worried about that. Okay. And with that being said, guys, we're gonna start with the first one today, and that is gonna be SPY. So what I'm expecting from the market, I talked about it in my other video. You can take a look at it in more details. So right now we are actually hitting the resistance spot, which is the 440 area, and I'm expecting SPY to make a little bit of a pop, then pull back to retest this trend. If you want more details, go ahead and go into one of my video, the one I talked about on Saturday. I talked about the SPY in details. So the first one here is going to be Apple. I love Apple. The reason why I love Apple is because we are actually doing really good in terms of how we're getting there. Momentum is in the name, and we'll just keep pushing higher. If you compare Apple from last week that I talked about Apple, this was Apple, okay, and I said we should look for a bounce right around this side, though we're extended from this area, but we should look for a bounce around this area, and that is pretty much what we got. We just bounce right off, we pull back, touch this area, then bounce right off. Okay, so that is really a good one. AMC, keep an eye on AMC. I think short sellers are really attacking this AMC, so this is going to be your trend to watch. If this trend breaks, I'm expecting $30, 25, and then 20. Okay, the ultimate target, if your 20 crosses your 50, that is typical bearishness. Then expect stock to really pull back towards the $20 or $15 per share. But overall, keep an eye on this trend. This is your solid trend to watch. Amazon really did fantastic. If you compare this Amazon to what we talked about last week, okay, I was talking about Amazon getting momentum around this area, and Amazon pull back and then continue pushing higher and higher. So Amazon pulling back to this area was a good thing for the continuation higher. Right now this is going to be support, which is also relative to our 20 EMA, so keep an eye on this one. I'm expecting Amazon to get through to this 3700 and then the 3750. That's what I'm expecting Amazon to really do. API, this was a fail follow through. This one didn't work, and reason why it didn't work was because of the Chinese cracking down on these educational companies and all that, online education and all those good things. But it's Chinese government, and they do all the regulation, they have all the control and all that. So that is what happened, and then we pull back. The same thing with TAL, the same thing with EDU as well. Next one is going to be Boeing. Boeing is also reporting. Like I said, I'm expecting this 225 area to break through, because this is our resistance right now. If this area can break, we should be all right. Look at that. Okay, this is a resistance zone, so if we can push through this, then we get to the 228, we should be all right to get towards that 230 into earnings. But I'm expecting, if nothing bad comes up or the market doesn't pull back, I think I'm expecting Boeing to really continue to push. I did play some call options on Boeing, and I really enjoyed the little profit that I got of Boeing, because you never go wrong in any way taking profit from your trade, guys. Baba, the same thing with Baba, the news and all that, we pull back down, so pull back down, and I'm expecting BABA to gain momentum around this area, then continue pushing towards the 212 spot. This is more like, apart from all other penny stocks or mid cap or low cap stocks of Chinese, I think BABA stand a test of time. BABA would really, is a solid company in my own opinion. Then BIIB, Biogen as well. Keep an eye on this one. Right now we're just consolidating around this area, to break this 330, 331. So keep an eye on this area. We should be all right because the support is 320. CLOV as well. Keep an eye on CLOV. Right now, this was a fail follow through. We did push higher, but we got to this resistance spot, rejected it, and pulled back down. So keep an open mind just in case we decide to test the $7 spot. I'm expecting this to really push in the coming months or so, but I'll be selling puts and also buying more shares because I believe that this can go somewhere in the future. Next one is CrowdStrike. CrowdStrike was a beauty because we just broke out of our resistance and now we are on our second resistance, which is the $370 spot. So we tried to push through, we couldn't, we pulled back, so now what I'm expecting this to do is to continue pushing higher towards the 275 as momentum begins to push in and the market begin to do good on CrowdStrike. Facebook is also a decent one to keep an eye on. I like the fact that we just broke out of this resistance. Okay, this is a very huge gap. In most cases, Facebook always pull back to gap fill. Okay, so I'll be expecting Facebook to really bounce right around this area, pull back, gap fill, then continue pushing high again. But if the stock pull back towards that 360 area, okay, and then consolidate around that spot, I think we should be able to push on Facebook. So keep an eye on Facebook. I like Facebook as well. Followed by Fubu TV. This is a good one right now. We've been consolidating around this area for the past week, which is also our 200 moving average. I'm expecting this area to break and then we test the $30 spot. The $30 is going to be our immediate resistance, as soon as we break through this this barrier and then push towards the 35. Overall, I am long-term bullish on Fubu. I'm holding Fubu. The reason is because Fubu is a very, very solid company, because if you compare Fubu to Roku right now is almost at 475. Okay, so for this Roku is extended on this candle, but you don't know how long we're going to be in the overbought territory. Right now we're just around 70%, which is getting there, but overall I will look for just some form of a pullback towards the 460 area, then continue my pick up some more, because I already traded it last week with options and now I'm just looking for another entry on Roku. But overall, I think Fubu has the opportunity to grow, just like when we had Netflix and all of a sudden, guess what, Roku came out, Netflix pulled back, and all of a sudden Roku started pushing higher and higher and higher. So it is very important, it's very critical that you understand that Fubu, a lot of people know a lot about Fubu, so I think we'll be able to to make money there. KYMR, this one is also a beauty. We were around, I think, the $50 area, the $50 spot, and I said keep an eye on this stock for a continuation higher on this one, because our immediate resistance is around that 50. We broke through the 50, towards the 58. Now our resistance is at 60. I'm expecting resistance around 60. If we can break through 60, I think we should be looking at $64 per share, even more on this one. I also talked about it on this video last week about, you know, what I'm expecting. We were at 50.21, and I'm looking at, you know, a push towards the 55, right? And then 55 broke, and then right now we are at 58. That was what I talked about on this name. So that is also a beauty in the sense, right? Next one is going to be our MADN. MADN was a beauty last week. I traded it last week, and we just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. Right now, to be honest with you, this MADN is extended. I'll be looking for a pullback towards the 320. Yes, I said it, towards the 320. That's the pullback I'll be looking for on MADN, because we are too far ahead. We're extended. Reason is because take a look at the previous price action on MADN. Okay, we bounced right off, and then we pull back into this 20. We bounce right off, we pull back into this 20. Bounce right off, pull back into this 20. We are bouncing right off, and guess what? Pull back into the 20. So, you know, keep an eye on MADN. I'll be looking for some put options on MADN. We can take a look at it on right here on Thinkorswim. Let's look at what others are looking at. On MADN, the beauty about MADN is I will be looking at the 33 days expiration. You can look at the 26, that's fine, you know, but I'll be looking at this one and, you know, thinking about the put side. So if MADN pull back into the 3, I'll be looking at maybe 320. That'll probably be expensive too, right? But let's look at the 320. Okay, so the 320 right now, between the bid and the ask, is just above my criteria, so I won't be looking at that. It's just, you know, over $4 on this one, over $3-4 on this one, so I won't be looking at this. Let's go down to the 250. 250 is still, you know, still high, but overall, you know, we can decide to go closer. Let's go to the 13th of August, and let's see. Okay, yeah, still pretty much the spread is just too much. This is very risky, so I will take a look at it on Monday and see how, you know, MADN trades when the market open. Then we'll go from there. NEO is also another one we did push higher, then pull back because of all the Chinese news and all that. So I'm expecting this 200 moving average to hold, guys. NVDA did a reverse split, which is a beauty. So right now I'll be expecting, you know, price to reject this area just as we've been doing, okay, and then pull back. If we can break this area down, that will be fine, but we already test the 50 exponential moving average. So this next action for NVIDIA to do is to break this $200 spot. So, you know, we break 197, keep an eye on it for $200. If we break down 193, 194, 193, you know, keep an eye for the 190 spot on NVIDIA. PAT, this one, PATH, this one is Cattywood straight. We talked about this last week, and I said I was looking for, you know, a continuation on this name, because I like the fact that, you know, Cattywood, she's been buying and buying this stock non-stop. So, you know, this was a beauty because we just V-shape out. Right now we're looking at the 64.82, $65 area as our resistance, but overall I still like the name for a long term. PINN. PINN, keep an eye on this one. Right now we have our support at the $70 spot. Right now I'm looking for this trend to break. You see, every time we get to this trend, it just doesn't hold, we pull lower. So right now I just need more volume to come in. The volume is dying down, which really makes it a weak stock, right? But keep an eye on volume. If we can get more volume, I think we should be able to push through this trend, downtrend. I call it the downtrend resistance. Palantir, keep an eye on Palantir. This one as well, I think, you know, we can pull back towards this $21 spot. If we pull back towards this $21 spot, is okay, because I normally believe that when a stock break out of a trend, we tend to pull back to test that trend, which will also have support around this $21 spot. It's a long term for me, and I will continue adding on pullback. Roblox, this one I've been waiting for this thing. I guess maybe I'll wait forever, but it does look good that we're about to cross over on the MACD side. We have 46% in terms of RSI. So right now I think we're doing good in terms of, you know, holding this area towards this 50 moving average, 20 exponential moving average, to break this area towards the 85. So keep an eye on this one. I think we can, you know, with the market we can push on that one. Shopify, this one I talked about it last time, that I'm expecting some form of a move on this one. Look at it. Look at what I said. I said I'm expecting this stock to hold this area. If we can hold this area, we'll be able to push. Right now, look at how, you know, we close right above the 20 EMA. That is what pretty much happened. We'll pull back down, you know, shake out the weak hands, and then continue pushing high. Guys, that is what the market maker wants to do. Okay, right now the market pulled down, everything pulled back, okay, but look at it. We closed right above the 20 exponential moving average last week. Because the market was down, this also pulled back down, and guess what, we held this area and then bounced right off. So I made decent amount of money on Shopify as well. But guys, we have earnings coming up next week, which is this week coming, so I'll be looking for some put spread on Shopify, just in case, you know, something happened. You know, most of these stocks, they do good, but they still pull back down anyways, right? So keep an eye on this one. Sophie as well, we broke this trend and pulled back, so we're pulling back right now to test this trend. I'm expecting this area to hold for continuation higher on Sophie. Overall, we have the MACD coiling up, which is also a good thing. Okay, Telis, TLIS, this one, keep an eye on this one. I like the fact that we have an extensive consolidation right around here. So every consolidation on a stock, in most cases, leads to a bigger push or bigger pullback down. But you know, I'm expecting a push higher on this particular name. Look at the wick. Okay, the wick will tell you what's going on. They are really buying it aggressively, so keep an eye on TLIS. For a long term, I think we'll push towards the high on this name, so keep an eye on the $13-14 spot. Tesla have earnings coming up, so right now we are holding this area. I'm expecting this 675 to really touch on Monday on Tesla. Wish as well, right now this is our trend support. We broke out, pull back to retest this area, so I'm expecting this area to hold on Wish. I will be adding to my long-term portfolio. Zoom video communication, this one we are actually consolidating around this area. We're consolidating around this area. This trend is holding really nice, and of course I'm expecting 360 to break into the 361 to break into the 366, and then 380. Overall, keep an eye on it, guys. That is it for today. If you enjoyed this section, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click on the like button. Also, don't forget to email me with any questions, concerns that you may have at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. And guys, I love you guys. Have a fantastic week ahead, and peace and love, guys. Bye bye.